Hello everybody and welcome or welcome back to my channel, the place where we make fun of the morons we see out here on the road, a bit like this neurodivergent in the white van whose train of thought obviously hasn't left the station yet. Well, this next idiot you're about to see in a little smart car, which is quite unusual because he's anything but smart. There's more chance of a cat knowing how to use a leaf blower than that cupcake knowing how to drive safely. Now call me old-fashioned if you will, but when I'm coming off a motorway exit slip road, the last thing that you expect to see is some real blank road map of thought in another car coming up that same slip road in the opposite direction. Captain Oblivious there appears to have a brain which is empty as a pirate's online banking history. Nothing lets people know that you was the sort of person who never got picked to take part in things at school and your most favourite used word is what? Like driving a 44-tonne truck, using your wing mirrors less than a snake uses a pair of chopsticks, pulling to the right and just ripping the car what's next to you to bits. I must say, I do reckon this car was doing the filming could have avoided that. Would you lot reckon? You can't park there, sir. There's another foreign truck driver whose truck obviously identifies as a narrow boat. Now, I haven't got a clue how this happened or who's to blame, so I'm not going to take the piss out the driver. All I can tell you is it's on the A36, just north of Burbage in Wiltshire. If anyone knows anything about this, how it happened, please let me know. Oh, look, here's a BMW on the wrong side of the road, coming round the bend, looking as confused as a camel setting foot in the North Pole. And there's another BMW 1 Series this time, again in the middle of the road. But to be fair, the driver's had a frightening experience. The passengers just showed him what the indicator stalk does. Now, learning to cross the road is one of the most basic things you learn at an early age. Look left and right, and if it's clear, cross the road. But when you've lost the genetic lottery and you've never won anything in the cognitive ability lucky dip, then you too are going to have life expectancy of a World War II kamikaze pilot. Now, when it comes to driving, one of the most basic things you learn first is stop at a red light and wait for it to turn green before you go. Unfortunately, it would appear that the no-rudder ship of reasoning who's driving that car didn't get the memo about that. Just like in America, we need to start the MAGA movement. Yeah, make asylums great again. Ah yes, the Superstore car park, the place where people go to shop, find bargains and display their inability to think. A bit like this empty trophy cabinet philosopher in the Gold Jag who didn't miss that parking space but spectacularly missed the fact that there was a car behind him. How do you reverse without looking to see what's behind you? Honestly. And here's another sap who don't look. Just watch Captain Oblivious. Just pull straight out. Don't worry about that bike approaching. I'm sure the rider don't mind spending the afternoon in A&E. Definitely a few pints short of a full gallon, that one. Now, this little road we're looking at here is called The Struggle, and it's just off of the Kirkstone Pass, which is the A592 just up by the Lake District for anyone who knows that area. And as we can all see, it's got a 6'6", 2 metre width restriction. Now, if you're a truck driver who had a similar sort of restriction, namely oxygen to the brain shortly after birth, then of course you're going to drive your 44-tonne truck, which is about 2.5 metres wide or 8 feet wide, down that road. Needless to say, he got stuck for hours. That driver must have a brain as functional and as pointless as a fireman's pole in a tent. This next deleted file you're about to see is definitely a split condom survivor. Look at this, overtaking on a sharp bend, approaching the brow of a hill. But hang on a minute, Johnny said he knows him, he's a local man, they call him Victoria. I said, that's a funny name, Johnny, for a bloke. Why they call him that? He says, yeah, because he's a right plum. Now, parking a car can be quite tricky for some, especially when you first start driving. But the same with tying your shoelaces. But most of us manage to accomplish that okay now. I said most of us. Definitely a few threads short of a full pair of Levi's, that one. As well as parallel parking, negotiating a normal everyday roundabout seems to be an unfathomably hard task for some idiots out there. I mean, just look at this closed runway of thought philosopher. Brain as empty as a nun's dating profile, that one. Okay, as we can see, there's a car in the near side lane and it doesn't appear to be undertaking the truck. Now, at this moment in time, the truck starts moving left. Maybe the driver of the truck didn't check his mirrors. Maybe the car was in his blind spot. We'll never know. But what we do know is the driver of that car, he was definitely touching cloth and his pants were definitely code brown. Guys, just a quick update. Sorry I didn't upload a video last week. I've got so much going on at home. Plus, I'm working on another little project. My uploading schedule is totally cattle trucked at the moment, but I'm going to do my best to upload one video every week, whether it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday as it is today. So please bear with me and we'll get back to business as usual as soon as I can. Thank you all for understanding. Now when we're driving, most of us follow the practice of mirror signal manoeuvre, meaning you check your mirror, then you signal, then you manoeuvre, if it's clear. Not this moron. His technique is signal and manoeuvre simultaneously and what mirror? Brains as empty as a scarecrow's pension fund. Now apparently if you drive an old Bentley, just as school didn't apply to you, or education, then neither do red traffic lights. You just do exactly as you like. Here's an Uber idiot in a Toyota Prius, a standard weapon of choice. Another one who thinks a giveaway line is a telephone number you call to give money to charity. Just a quick update of where we are as a species evolution-wise. Big massive sign, free car park at rear. So where does this proper garden tool park? In the middle of the pavement, that's exactly where. People like this are so clueless, even their imaginary friends won't talk to them. Now most people, when they're driving on the motorway, they are a bit more careful because they know you're going faster and it's more dangerous. Most people, apart from this donut with his no paddle canoe thought process, trying to slip up the inside there where there isn't any space to undertake. And it never ceases to amaze me, especially on motorways, the lengths that certain mentally challenged drivers will go to let other drivers around them know that their head is emptier than a cannibal's vegetarian cookbook. Look at him, straight up the inside, about 90 miles an hour. Dear oh dear. Now just have a look at this and ask yourself, how the hell do you do this? It's like pretty basic. Look both ways. When it's clear, pull out. Not just like look both ways and just go regardless. Honestly, some idiots have got the hazard awareness of a pigeon building a nest on a runway. Now for those who don't know, this is an amphicar. It's an amphibious car. It goes in water. Look, it's got its own little propellers on the back and everything. This is a Land Rover. It hasn't got propellers, it's not amphibious, and now the driver hasn't got any no claims bonus. Now these are definitely amphibious, and thank God the driver coming in the opposite direction was a sensible, intelligent person. And in actual fact, these, what you're looking at now, are displaying more intelligence and common sense than anyone you'll see in this video. Now anyone who's driven a few years like myself will know that nothing surprises you anymore. I mean, look at this one bar signal doing a U-turn there. But hang on a minute, Martin, who sent the clip in, said he knows him, he's a local man, they call him Mars. I said, that's a funny name, why do they call him Mars? He said, yeah, because there's no sign of intelligent life anywhere. Zebra crossings, they're not rocket science. If someone's waiting to cross or someone is crossing, obviously you stop and let them cross. But unfortunately, this waiting for parts life form specimen never got the memo about that. That woman was very lucky she never crossed that crossing 2 seconds earlier. And here's another two-wheel, two-brain cell muppet whose parents definitely had the same surname before they got married. This sort of thing really makes me laugh. For the sake of a bit of ego, you're prepared to put your no-claims bonus at risk, cost yourself money, cost yourself time, for what? Because you don't want to let another car in, or you want to try and get in front of another car. You're fighting over 8 square metres of public road space. Chill out and go about your day. Now, driving on public roads, as we know, is all about give and take. James here, as you can see cars waiting to come from the opposite direction, so he pulls in to let them come through. But of course, when you drive an old Merc with blacked out backlights, very intelligent that is, and you use your brain less than a vampire uses a sun lounger, then all that is another opportunity to display how backwards you are. Right, all you wheelchair users out there, young mums with buggies, and blind people with guide dogs, can you please stop being so selfish and expect to use the pavement and the footpaths when you like? You've all got a perfectly good road that you can use. Why do you need a footpath? This three here have got brains as useful and as functional as solar panels in a coal mine. Well, that's it for this one, everybody. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. There's a playlist there on the right if you want to watch some more of my videos. Thanks to everyone who sent in clips. And I shall see you in the next one, which will hopefully be Friday or Saturday. As Keir Starmer said this morning, bye.